Oh, there's a book waiting to happen later. Holy smokes, but amazing stuff. Did you work with the Stargate program as well then, the remote viewing group?
Well, indirectly, I set it up. Remember, I was at Stanford Research Institute in 1972 with Ingo Swann, who was an amazing, amazing psychic. And indirectly, we set up the remote viewing program for the Defense Department. And there are still remote viewers. Don't believe what you read in the papers that they stopped this research and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Every good intelligence agency around the world employs intuitives, people who have high intuition and can do remote viewing, because remote viewing is a skill that you can acquire.
Yeah, so we've had David Morehouse here on the show many, many, many times over the years, and I went to all of his trainings, and it was amazing work.
Yes, David Morehouse is a leader. He's a leading light in this field. He was also quite controversial for a while, but I think he did brilliant work, and he has a very powerful mind. I remember once I did an experiment with him where he was in Washington and I was in a studio outside London, and he looked at a building and remote viewed it to me. And this was a live show, and I had to draw out what he was looking at, and I got it precisely. I remember he looked at a building near the Capitol building in Washington with big white pillars around the dome,
Mm-hmm.
and it was exactly what he was staring at.
Yes, I heard about that. That was an amazing story. So what's it like working with Criss Angel?
Well, look, when Ben Silverman told me that he's going to try to get Criss Angel, I said to him, sure, good luck, because it's impossible to get him. Criss just signed a big contract with Las Vegas, with a hotel, I think for $250 million. Now,
wow.
People with that type of money, you know, they're inaccessible. You can't get them. They have everything. Plus, he's huge in the United States. There isn't one person that I've asked in the street who did not know who Criss Angel was. He's amazingly charismatic. He's cool. Look at the way he dresses. I mean, he's attached to Britney Spears and Cameron Diaz. I mean, he's got everything. So Ben said to me, and again, Ben, to those who just tuned in, is the CEO of NBC. He said to me, well, I'll do my magic. And he got Criss Angel. I had to fly in to do some promos for Phenomenon. And I thought, well, this guy is going to be in the clouds. But I found a very charming, down-to-earth young man who was really nice, very, very open, warm. You know, he hugged us, and he introduced me to his mother, and yeah. So sometimes what you see on television is you form an opinion about an individual, but when you meet that individual one-on-one, you see a totally different person. And you know, he travels like a star. He probably flies in private jets and so on. You know, and Nicole, I had all that in the past. I've done that. I've finished my private jets and yachts and 10 houses around the world. And you know, I was on an ego trip in the 70s. Yes, I have to admit today that I was on the quest of fame and fortune, and it is understandable because I came from such a poor family, and I cared about nothing, just money, 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 fame, fame, fame. And I couldn't handle it. I broke down. I had bulimia. I had panic attacks. I had anxiety attacks. I was destroying myself. Intentionally. I just couldn't handle success. And it was John Lennon that really paved the way for me to find spirituality. He guided me to the right path, because we were friends. We lived in New York. I lived very close to the Dakota building. And to make a long story short, he said, listen, go to Japan, chill out, find spirituality. And I said, what do you mean by spirituality? I've heard of the word, but I don't know what it means. And then I did exactly what he said. I went to Japan, disappeared into a forest with my family, my kids. They were tiny toddlers, my wife, my mother, my brother-in-law, and we lived in a forest for a year under Mount Fuji.
And what'd you find?
Well, I realized that money will not bring you love, will not manifest health, will not make you happy. And there are so many other things in life that you have to focus on, like nature and helping others, and trying to eliminate and eradicate your ego. I'm no saint. I mean, after all, I'm still in the world of show business and entertainment, but I'm a totally changed person from then. I'm not anymore in the business of making money. I have enough. Money does not motivate me. I do many other things today. I design. I have a line of jewelry. I help young artists. My house is open for terminally ill children. I'm not a healer and I'm not a miracle worker, but I believe in the power of positive thinking.
So what is it that drives you today now, then?
That's a good question. I look at my life, Nicole, as the headlamps of a car driving in pitch darkness. Let's say you have to drive from, say, Vancouver to Toronto. You're driving the car and the headlamps shine maybe 50 yards ahead. And that's all you see, those 50 yards. And then you reach those 50 yards and then the headlamps shine another 50 yards. So that's the way I look at my life. My life unfolds in bits, in I could say in synchronized bits. I don't know what the target is, but I know that I'm, in my small, tiny capacity, I can help other people. And this.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the break out of the way, and let's dive into that conversation next. If you've just joined us, I'm Nicole Whitney. This is News for the Soul. We're talking to Uri Geller for the full hour. We've been talking about his new NBC show, Phenomenon, which is next Wednesday, is the second one, live. And a big special on that is Halloween, isn't it? My goodness gracious, the month's gone by. And let's take a quick break and then come back and find out about his new documentary and more with Uri Geller. Don't go away. Would you like to learn how to bend metal with the power of your mind? We've put together an amazing spoon-bending kit that is for real. Life-changing audio that is not available anywhere on this site, and a video instruction step-by-step that absolutely will teach you how to do this for real in no time. I'll go to newsforthesoul.com. It's for real, and it'll change your life. Hear all of our previously aired broadcasts of News for the Soul online at newsforthesoul.com. Now let's get back to the show. And we're back. I'm Nicole Whitney. This is News for the Soul, life-changing talk radio from the uplifting to the unexplained. And, it's so fun today. We've got Uri Geller here live with us for the full hour and amazing stuff. We're talking about the show Phenomenon. Are you going to be doing another psychic challenge?
Yes, definitely. On Halloween, I'm going to do something even more powerful. It's a big surprise, but it will be totally interactive. People will have to do something at home.
I love those live psychic challenges. I want to do more of that on the show here.
And you know what? I really took a chance with this one because what happened is this. NBC asked me that instead of drawing symbols, Zener symbols, they asked me to place them on a plexiglass stand, and they would make it out from wood Zener symbols. And I said, look, I've never done that before. I always write it on a flip chart or on a whiteboard, and I cannot guarantee that they will get my message because I'm used to doing it by writing it.